Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over. Today you join me with our 1989 Talbot Express camper van. So this is a van that we bought a few months ago, and we were looking for a project. We had a Mazda Bongo, and we just needed that bit more room because the Bongo, although a good camper and very capable, it just didn't have enough room. It had no facilities. It was literally a bed in a van. So we decided to try and find a project. And we found this locally to us, 5 miles away. So as I say, it's a 1989 on an F. It's got the pilot body, and it has a kitchen and a toilet, and did have a shower up until we ripped it out the other day. And it has a 2-litre carburetor engine. So very good engine. However, this one, I'm just climbing aboard because it is raining out there. So the engine unfortunately is kaput. Head gasket issues, potential block has cracked. We bought it. I didn't do my due diligence on it. I should have checked the oil, but prior to us buying it, the previous owners had spent a substantial amount of money with a garage in Newport, having quite a bit of work done. And I use the word done in inverted commas because it turns out that a lot of the work that they'd invoiced hasn't been done. So, long story short, we've had to buy a new engine for it. The reason for that is that the garage that are going to do the engine for us have said they'd rather just swap a good engine rather than try and take this engine out, get it investigated and all the rest of it. They can just shove a fairly decent engine in it. We can then use it, and and then we can take the engine to a different place to get the block tested for cracks, or the heads tested for cracks, etc. Because that's supposedly what has been done. In the invoice, they've actually invoiced for the head to be skimmed and pressure tested, and all was okay, apparently. But anyway, I'm not going to go too much into that. So long story short, we went and picked an engine up from a really good guy on Facebook. He breaks Talbots and also repairs them and whatnot, and refurbishes them, restores them. And his name's Richie Wood, and you can find him on Facebook. And he runs a Talbot Express camper group on Facebook. Superb guy, really, really helpful, and he's been really good to us as well. So, as I say, this comes with a 2-litre petrol engine. They do a 2.5 litre diesel, I believe. This one, however, like I say, is the petrol engine. So symptoms have got coolant's going, it's just disappearing. The oil is turning into milkshake. I had the sump off it a couple of weeks back, and whilst the sump was off, I could actually see coolant dripping down over the bottom end and down the oil pickup and things like that. So it's definitely gone somewhere, whether it's the head gasket or whether it's cracking the block. The problem with these is they've got very, very strict tightening sequences on the head. So you have to tighten it up a certain way, then loosen it, run the van up to 80 degrees, then you have to leave it for 6 hours and then go back and do the retightening sequence. So so it's all a bit of a strict way to do it. So if they have done the head, then they haven't done the head tightening sequence properly. Excuse the seagulls. Basically we're just going to swap the engine over. We picked up a low mileage engine, 50,000 miles. It's a very, very good engine. We've seen it running, heard it running, and which is all good. We're also going to get some welding done because it's gone a bit down there, which is very common on these to go down there. We're going to get all that sorted. We're going to buy new panels to replace this section here. because it's holed there, as you can see, and it's the same on the other side as well. So yeah, he's very much a project. It's a bit more of a project than we would have liked, but you know, these things are never simple. This morning I ripped the ceiling down because that there is historical damp, but someone hasn't put this skylight in very well and it just rotted all the wood away, so we're going to replace all that, which is fine. That's no big drama. Yeah, so you've got a nice seating area up there, you've got a bed area up there, which is really good. You've got like a board that goes across, so you can make up a double bed up there, and you've got a toilet and shower at the back. I'll just go and show you. It's all a bit of a mess at the moment, so it'll be good. Yeah, hello whoever you were. Yeah, so that's the toilet area. We're going to completely redecorate all this. We ripped out a unit that was there with a big sink in it. I'm going to take out all the pipework for the shower and stuff, because we're just not going to use that. We're going to be mainly staying on site, so we can use the shower facilities there, but it is really handy to have a toilet, which is really good. So, and if we are off site and we need to have a wash down, the floor is essentially a shower tray, so we can have like a stand-up wash and all the rest of it to keep fresh and clean. But yeah, so they've properly bodged this skylight in. It's just I don't know, they've just fitted it really badly. So fortunately Richie has given us some new skylights which are in there, and they're actually clear see-through ones as well, so they'll bring a bit more light into it. So yeah, we're just going to replace all the ceiling. There was a bit of damp down the corner there, which we've potentially sorted. And yeah, so it's going to be an ongoing project. The eagle-eyed amongst you might notice that this actually has some really nice Rover 100 seats. When we bought it, it had these awful Citroen Zara seats, Picasso seats in it. They were too big, they hadn't been fitted properly. I could barely get my legs between the seat base and the steering wheel. So yeah, they needed to go, and they were the first things to go. My very good friend from Belgium, Paul Mini, on the Facebook groups, he said, oh, I've got a couple of Metro seats, Rover 100 seats that you can have. And the good thing is they're out of a 3-door as well, so it actually works because we can slide that forward or tilt that forward, which makes then, because these spin as well, so we can then spin these round. I'm not doing very good camera work here, I do apologise. Hold on, it's very difficult to do one-handed. There we go. Right, so we can spin the whole seat around, but having it flat down like that gives us better access in and out. So that goes like that, which is really good. And then behind here we've got some little pop-out tables, so I can literally sit there and have my brew on there and stuff. Mod cons? No. Okay, moving on. It's got no power steering at all, no electric windows. It's got several switches that have been wired in by several other people. No idea what they do. When the engine's running, I switch them on and off and nothing happens. So yeah, no idea what they do. The gearbox is kind of okay. They're very common on these to just be a bit crap. Yeah, so the travel on the gear stick is quite fast, so sometimes first gear can actually hit the dashboard. We are thinking about potentially getting a different gearbox in this, or a new gearbox, which would probably help matters. But no, we really like it. You know, it's one of those things where, yeah, we didn't really want to take on too much of a project, but that's what we've ended up doing. Something that was quite funny, you've probably seen it on down there, when we there was a full-length mirror here on this wall. When we took that mirror down, obviously from the factory, in 1989 when all this was put together, a person from France left this message on the back of the mirror. So that's the adhesive that held the mirror to the wall. Roughly translated, it says this was applied with dirty underwear. So that was quite funny to watch. We're going to try and keep that because I feel like that's quite a nice bit of history there with the van. And yeah, so we'll try and keep that as in good a condition as possible. Hopefully not break it. I'm moving it now and I'm just going to break it on her. But yeah, all cool. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to fully redecorate this. We're going to reseal everything, put a new ceiling on it, new skylights. It needs some welding, so we're going to get all that done as well. Get it in for an MOT and just go out on adventures, really. So yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, but I don't think it's not a massive project, but it's more of a project than we would like because we were itching to get away. But we're just finding these things now, which I suppose is good because we can sort it all out now rather than redecorate and find out later that everything needs changing. So yeah, we've kind of got lucky, but not, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but there we go. So that is our current situation on the Talbot camper van. I really like it. You know, I've moved it around a bit, just up and down the street. And it drives quite well actually, even though the head gasket's gone and everything. I've put a new fan on it as well, so we're actually probably going to double up the fans and put a new put one on a manual switch. So if we do get stuck in traffic, I've got two fans there, one that I can switch on and off when I like, and then one that will come on when the van thinks it needs it. So yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully you'll keep up to date on this project. We're really looking forward to getting it sorted out and back on the road and going on some adventures with it. Thanks ever so much. Take care. Bye.